Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, in the Maradine trial, witness identifies a Dean from photo. A man who was in custody in 2014 at the time of the deadly beating, allegedly meted out to Maradine, has identified the Dean as the person he had referred to during his testimony on Tuesday as the new prisoner. The identification was made in court on Wednesday from a photo shown on a document. It looks like Maradine. It is the prisoner that was brought in by Miss Stewart, Indian and Shortman, and put in cell number 1 on the first floor and later cell 4 after returning the second time, stated the witness. The man who was convicted of a crime is the Crown's 8th witness in the trial of 3 cops who are before the Westmoreland Circuit Court. On Tuesday, he gave a chilling account of hearing Dean being beaten by inmates in his cell on August 3, 2014. District Constable Marlon Grant, Corporal Elaine Stewart, and the Constable Juliana Cleveland are all charged with manslaughter and misconduct in a public office. During court on Wednesday, the witness also testified that he attended a witness parade on September 13, where he identified a Shortman and Indian. He also told the court that following the August 3 incident, he spoke with the 3 cops, former Commissioner of Police Dr. Carl Williams, and a government minister. The allegations in the case are that Dean was arrested for possession of a ganja spliff and placed in custody, where he was brutally beaten. He sustained severe injuries to his brain, which left him in a coma. He died 3 days later at the Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James. It is alleged that the 3 cops were on duty at the police station when Dean was beaten. It is further alleged that Corporal Stewart, who has an additional charge of perverting the course of justice, instructed that the cell in which the attack took place be cleaned before the arrival of investigators from the Independent Commission of Investigations. Mocha councillor welcomes a government response to water issues. Councillor for the Mocha Division, Romaine Morris, is welcoming a commitment made by Minister without a portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Matthew Samuda, in addressing concerns raised about the Goshen pumping system and water access in Mocha. Morris, in a statement on Wednesday, said he acknowledges the government's commitment to restoring and improving the water system and appreciated the interventions outlined, including the installation of new pump and the storage capacity upgrades. However, Morris sought to remind the public that a comprehensive water supply plan had already been developed and approved through a collaboration between the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, the National Water Commission, and Rural Water Supply Limited. According to Morris, this plan, completed before 2020, was designed to ensure 80% water coverage across the Mocha Division. In 2019, funding was secured through Rural Water Supply Limited but was rescinded during the COVID-19 pandemic. The proposal included a 100,000-gallon tank to be built at the highest point in Mocha, land already secured, an $18 million estimate provided by Tankweld Limited, and water piped from the Goshen system to the tank, then gravity fed to underserved districts Belmont, Storeton, Richard Park, Mount Airy, Folly, Green Park, Ashley, Mocha Reed, and several schools. Morris is now advocating to expand the tank to 200,000 gallons, making it possible to extend the pipe to water to the toll gate division as well. I am ready to meet with Minister Samuda and his team to bring this vision to life. The people of Mocha have waited long enough, said Morris. Barber shot and killed at home in St. Thomas. The St. Thomas police have launched a murder investigation into the shooting death of a barber in the parish yesterday. The deceased is 37-year-old Damien Bryan of Fonthill District, Trinityville, St. Thomas. It is reported that about 4 a.m., Bryan was attacked and shot repeatedly while at his home. Upon arrival of the police, Bryan was found in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the Princess Margaret Hospital. No motive has yet been determined for his murder. St. Catherine man fined $350,000 for illegal use of JP's seal. A St. Catherine man who pleaded guilty to using the seal of a justice of the peace to illegally certify several documents was ordered to pay a fine of $350,000 or spend 21 months in prison on Tuesday in the St. Catherine Parish Court. The man, Mark Anderson, was charged with unauthorized possession of a Justice of the Peace seal and unauthorized use of a Justice of the Peace seal. Anderson was fined $200,000 or 12 months imprisonment on the possession charge and $150,000 or 9 months imprisonment for unauthorized use of the seal. The court was told that in August 2024, an intelligence-driven operation by the police led to Anderson's arrest in the Spanish Town bus park along Burke Road. The seal was reportedly confiscated by the police, and a further investigation led to the arrest of a Justice of the Peace on a charge of permitting the unauthorized use of the JP seal. The Crown offered no evidence against the JP, and he was discharged. Portland man charged for allegedly hitting policeman in the face. A Portland resident has been charged after allegedly hitting a police constable in the face on Tuesday. He is 25-year-old laborer Sanjay Hamilton of Land Settlement, Port Antonio, Portland. The Port Antonio police say about 11:25 a.m., Hamilton reportedly used his hand to hit a constable across his face while the constable was in the process of arresting him. Hamilton was taken to the police station and subsequently charged. A court date for him is being finalized. No mechanism in place yet for ECJ to act as a political ombudsman. Dr. Dayton Campbell, a commissioner of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, has revealed that there is no mechanism in place yet for how the body is to operate as a political ombudsman. Dr. Campbell, who is one of 4 political appointees on the ECJ, says that the issue is still at the discussion stage. The office of the political ombudsman was subsumed into the ECJ by statute last year. Since then, former political ombudsman Donna Parchment Brown, as well as civil society representatives, have called for a reversal of the 2024 legislative amendment, especially with an imminent parliamentary general election. One of the concerns is that the new arrangement places the commissioners of the ECJ in a difficult position to maintain neutrality and confidentiality. Dr. Campbell, speaking with the news, said while discussions are taking place at the level of the Commission, no decision has been arrived at yet concerning an effective mechanism to carry out the role of ombudsman. He recalled that during the local government election in February 2024, the mechanism that was employed was pretty much for the politically appointed persons to speak to members on their side when an issue came up. He conceded, however, that this was not satisfactory because I do not believe the issues that came up during the campaign were sufficiently addressed, nor do I think they will be in this instance either. Dr. Campbell was reacting in the Tuesday discussion to the People's National Party's dispute with the mayor of Montego Bay and the chairman of the St. James Municipal Corporation, Richard Vernon, over the removal of political campaign billboards. In his capacity as PNP General Secretary, Dr. Campbell said he had sought the intervention of the ECJ, but expressed his lack of confidence in the issue being resolved at that level. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.